Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about jungle control. You might be asking yourself why the heck you'd need to listen to me ramble about jungle issues when you're not even a jungler yourself. Well, if you're like me, not a jungle main by the way, and you're not so good mechanically, you're gonna have to rely on two other aspects to win your games. And that is extensive game knowledge and decision making. Knowing what there is to know about jungle control will not only allow you to precisely predict what the opposing jungler will be able to do, but might also turn you a little bit more into jungling, if you're not in there already. On with the video. Essentially, jungle control is all about counter jungling to a point that will eventually let you and your teammates take control of the opposing jungle. Unlike lanes, where you are forced by the opponent's turret to back off if you're being extremely aggressive, the jungle on either side is completely neutral. There is nothing stopping you from walking in there to duke it out with the enemy jungler, and if you do, you will have little to no escapes, depending on who he is playing as and yourself, but you can be sure that at least there will be no towers protecting him. Counter jungling, if done properly, can be extremely effective in neutralizing one of the most important pieces on your opponent's field. By doing this and succeeding, you will gain more gold than the enemy jungler, as you'll get more camps, have a higher level to allow you to keep objectives like Baron and Dragon under control, get double buffs for you and your team, and it will also prevent the enemy jungler from ganking as much because he'll be so further back in terms of gold and XP. This is one of the main reasons why junglers have such a great impact in the game. I've been noticing more and more that the best jungler will usually always make or break a game. And keep in mind that the jungler doesn't have to be fed to be good. Sometimes, just forcing the enemy jungler to back off countless times while you take his camps will be enough to get the enemy team flaming him for not ganking more and being useless. Let's take a deep look at what you can do to effectively counter jungle. Because there's a lot of ways that it could go wrong, as just being in the enemy jungle is risky already, since nothing is stopping your opponent from calling mid or top to come help out. So the first main rule for you to keep in mind is, make sure that your enemy does not know that you are in his jungle. And in that sense, there are great timings for you to invade, which you should keep in mind. Firstly, you should invade the opposite topside jungle if you saw that the enemy jungler is bot, and vice versa. Don't stay in your camps if you're sure that some of the enemy camps are free, an example if you've just seen the enemy jungler on the opposite side of the map. Secondly, if you know that the enemy jungler has a bad early, you should go for it, and even better if you meet up so that you can beat the hell out of him. Just be careful and check whether someone on the map is missing and ready to help him out. Thirdly, if you are playing flex with friends or in 5v5 teams, and you know that one or more of your comrades are ready to help you out, then go for an invade and try to get a kill. On the opposite side of the spectrum, forget about invading if, first, the enemy jungler is extremely strong in the early and has a lot of CC. Second, when you have no idea where the enemy jungler might be. Third, when some enemy is missing on the map as they might be right by the jungler's side or nearby. Fourth, when your team needs you for an objective that's more important than counter jungling. And finally, fifth, when you know that they know where you are. This last one is one of the big reasons why I'd recommend a red trinket. But at the same time, having a lot of wards on the enemy's jungle can be extremely beneficial. So I'll leave that up to you. In terms of what to do exactly when counter jungling, it will depend on a lot of factors. Namely, if you can 1v1 him quickly, how far away the enemy is or you think he is, and how much time you'll have to counter jungle and if you'll be back soon or not. Consider these junglers if you want to fight the enemy jungler head on in the early game invades. Shyvana, Lee Sin, Skarner, Graves and Shaco, and possibly Pantheon all have really good earlies. If you want to get camps on the opposite side of the jungle to set the enemy jungler back without necessarily killing him, Nunu is the guy for you. He can literally ignore the enemy jungler while counter jungling. Controlling the jungle comes down to pressuring the enemy jungler to a point of making him useless. If you can camp mid and give your mid laner a few kills, he might even invade or gank with you. If you see a chance to do the rift, then do so and give it to your top laner. That will give him a much better chance to fight, as you'll probably be ganking less and invading more. Finally, always keep in mind that what you want is a win out of this game. Don't get greedy for kills and focus on the objectives. You'll notice that you'll win a lot more games if you neutralize your lane opponent, in this case, the enemy jungler. It's always fun to see that GG report Amumu for being useless at 15 minutes. Objectives: 0 to 10. I'll just stick to my jungle. 20. Invade when the enemy team is aced. 30. Invade when the enemy jungler dies. 40. Invade when the enemy jungler is far away. 50. Know all of the invade timings. 60. Go for 1v1s in the jungle. 70. Invade at every single opportunity. 80. Be ahead of the enemy jungler. 90. Be 2 levels ahead of the enemy jungler, always. And finally, 100. Make the team rage at their jungler 24/7. You know the game is over in solo queue when they start blaming each other. Now, I really hope this video helped you out, and if it did, it would be so great if you could leave a like. Also, if you want to see more videos on how to improve, I would suggest that you subscribed. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for the support, and we should be reaching 500 subs with this video. So expect news of a giveaway during this week, because I just want to give something back to you, and let's be honest, I think it could help me grow as well. Finally, if you saw, I uploaded a video on Wednesday, and I could start to be uploading more videos weekly, but it will depend on how much time I have. So expect something more out of this channel aside from these video tutorials, which I will definitely keep posting each Saturday. So stay tuned for that. Once again, thank you for watching. Sakeios out.